on, guys? Welcome to part 2 of the turbo install on my wide body FRS. Now on the last video we went ahead and installed most of the turbo kit, the cold side, the hot side, the turbo, and some of the intercooler piping, and basically got about 60% of the stuff all installed, but we had to wait on some parts like some couplers for the intercooler, but that finally came in. And we're gonna go ahead and slap in all of the fueling today. We got this AEM fuel pump we gotta install, a delicious tuning flex fuel kit. So we will be running E85 on this car to make it as fast as we can possibly go with the motor still being stock internals. But yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do today, and hopefully by the end of this video we can go ahead, start up the car and see how this thing sounds. We can't drive the car quite yet because it's gonna need a tune. I'm still trying to decide on who I should go to for a tune. Right now it's either Zach from Delicious Tuning or this local shop here in Washington, but there's pros and cons of both guys. One, Zach, he does e-tuning, so I won't be able to hop on the dyno and find out exactly how much power this makes, but he is probably one of the best tuners for all FA20s that are on forced induction. But the guy local to me doesn't specialize on FA20. He mainly does a lot of Hondas, but he is a god in the tuning world, and I'll be able to hop on the dyno for that. So I'm still trying to weigh the pros and cons and see who I should go to. But for now, let's go ahead and get right into today's install, and let's start out with the E85 kit. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. I looked it up and it's pretty easy to install. The hardest thing is basically going to be disconnecting this fuel line right here. You usually need a special tool in order to pop this off, but I read on the forums that you can use these picks and it should come right off. So if there's a will, there's a way. So the forum said to grab both sides with the pick and then it should pop off. Okay, try it. There we go. Ah, perfect. Fuel line's off. Now let's disconnect these two nuts right here so we can mount the sensor right here. Now we just connect this adapter to the fuel line that we just disconnected right here. It should snap right in. Let's see. There we go. The original fuel line that we took off connects to this side. There we go. All right, next up, wiring. Hopefully this is the easy kind of wiring because it comes with quick plugins and everything, so I don't have to splice into any wires. So let's just hook this right up. This goes right here. There we go. And then this plugs in right here. Boom. Check it out, I ran the wires under and through the engine bay and I zip tied everything down. I'm pretty proud of myself for doing this. So it looks super clean. Ran it all the way across and under here, and I'm gonna end up putting it on the fuse box right there, and I grounded it by the ECU right there. You can see it on that bolt. I grounded it right there, and the only thing left to do before we could finally run E85 is plug in the O2 sensor that's running off of the kit. Now to plug this in, I had to disconnect the OEM one. I have it zip tied right there, just chilling, and you just insert it like boop, just like that. Now we can officially run E85. Well, except for you need a tune and all that. But let's go ahead and get started onto the next thing, which is this AEM fuel pump. Now for this, the garage might end up smelling like gas for a few minutes because we have to pull off the gas tank. It shouldn't be too big of a deal, right babe? No. Yeah, I don't know how bad this is gonna be. I've never installed a fuel pump before. It looks pretty self-explanatory. First I gotta clear out the back seat and then it'll reveal this little fuel tank cover thing. In case you guys haven't seen my interior, check it out. We got the red status seats that are reclinable. We got the Vertex steering wheel with the quick tilt. We got the painted interior trim. This is all painted pearl white and it looks super nice. And I forgot to show you guys, but we're also installing this oil cooler probably today as well. And here are some new spacers for the incoming wheels. Welcome to life of owning an FRS. Look how small the back seat is. You literally can't do anything back here. I don't even think a real person can fit back here, but we're about to take off this cap thing that's held on by just silicone. Okay, just pops right off. And then we undo this harness. That's gonna piss me off. Come on. There we go. Get this out the way a little bit. And then there's a fuel line right here that we also remove. There we go. Oh, there's fuel. And then we're gonna take off this plastic cover. It needs some persuading, so we got a hammer. There we go. It's spinning. I should probably be wearing gloves, but okay.
You should put it into a shirt.
Okay. There we go. Let's not lose the gasket either. And then this should come right out. Okay. There we go. All right. This is what we needed. We got the stock fuel pump out. Sadly, we can't finish this install once again because they didn't send me the proper fuel sock. This one is too high, so when I put it in, it doesn't clear and lock into the container. So we're gonna have to wait a few days. I went ahead and overnighted a new fuel sock from FT Speed. I picked up a super low profile one, so that one should fit. So until then, we can't really finish the fuel pump. So now we're gonna move on to the next thing we can do, which is mount the intercooler. I just found out that this intercooler came with a bunch of brackets and bolts, so you can custom mount it however you want it. So we're gonna try it out and see if it fits. Now, I came up with a plan. Let's hope it works, but it came with these 90-degree brackets. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount them like this and connect it to the AC condenser. So we'll take out that bolt, replace it with the longer bolt and place it right there, and then we can go ahead and use this to bolt into the hole. And if it doesn't reach across on both sides, we're gonna use this extension thing that they gave us and we'll make it work. So let's go ahead and mount this. Hopefully it works. If not, then we're gonna have to do some custom fab. It's all bolted down. Look at this. It's on there. It's pretty freaking sturdy. And when the intercooler piping goes on, it'll be even more sturdier. This looks so freaking crazy as is. Let's go ahead and slap on the front bumper. I want to see how this intercooler looks like peeping through the front grille. All right, so first issue we're having is the bumper isn't going on, and it's because we replaced the stock bash bar with this one. And as y'all can see, this bash bar only sticks out like 4 inches from the frame, and this goes all the way over here, so it's hitting all of these components on the bumper. So instead of chopping off my very expensive bumper, we're gonna go ahead and just trim off the bash bar. We'll probably cut it off right here and right here. So let's mark it off and take our grinder to it. Okay, that looks a lot better. We chopped off a good amount. It used to go out to like right here, and now it's real short. Moment of truth, let's slap on the bumper and see if that was really the issue. If it's not, I really can't think of anything else. I looked behind the bumper and everything. That should fix the issue. Oh yeah, 1,000 times better. Perfect. We indeed fixed the issue. Dude, look at that. We still have so much space inside of here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and push the intercooler a little bit more forward so people can see that this thing isn't just a regular 86 and it's actually boosted, because right now you really have to squint to see all that. And it tells me that I also have space to mount the oil cooler here as well, and I don't have to place it on the side or anything. Okay, let's take this bumper off and adjust the intercooler so we can get that nice fitment. Look how easy it is to adjust this intercooler. Shout out to the bracket system. Just loosen that. Loosen that. Ka-chow! I went ahead and took off the intercooler and the bash bar so we have more area to work with, and I've decided I'm gonna mount the oil cooler in the back behind the intercooler. This is gonna probably be producing hot air, so I want that as far away from my intercooler as possible, and there's no space to really mount it on either side, so this is my only option. So let's go ahead and start drilling and then hard mounting our oil cooler. I'm gonna actually mount this thing up to the motor. All that we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sandwich plate, let me find it right here, and then we're gonna put it on top of where the oil filter usually is. Put that on top, put the fitting on, and then an oil filter right on top of it. Brand new oil filter. Alright, now that we got the oil filter all on, it's finally time to bolt everything up. We gotta bolt on the intercooler piping and everything. The Amazon parts just came in. This is the elbow I needed, and it's finally here. Oh, look at this. The filter for our turbo just came in. This low profile filter right here. And the fuel pump filter just came in. This is from Works, and it comes with an extra harness so you don't have to splice into anything. Let's assemble this thing. Boys, I just realized I can't even finish installing this intercooler piping until I change out the intake, because in order to access the intake and remove it, you need to remove these 4 bolts on the throttle body. And so that means it's time to swap the intake, but that also means I should have done this before, because this requires disassembling all the fuel lines and basically installing the injectors again. So that means I have to disassemble all of this and all of that over there just to get this intake on. Oh my god, that was such a pain. Holy shit. Dude, I'm not even kidding. That was probably the worst part of this entire install. We had to remove so much shit, and there was so many things in the way, but I'm so glad we finally got it out. And let's do a little comparison. Here's the new manifold we're putting on. This is fully metal, and that's the old crusty plastic one. So when you boost your car, this manifold will usually restrict a bunch of shit, and it could crack when it's under pressure. And this, since it's metal, it does way better in performance wise than this one, and it looks a lot better. So let's go ahead and clean that up before we slap it on the car. Oh, also with this, we're upgrading to a 3-bar map sensor as well. Look at that, she's all clean now. Literally after 2 hours, the intake manifold is now on, but it looks so good. I think it was well worth it. You guys are so lucky, y'all don't have to do this, and all you have to do is sit back and watch, because this was a pain in the ass. I told myself that maybe later on I'll take it off and powder coat it a cool color, but I don't think I'm ever taking this thing off, man. This is my worst nightmare. I'd rather probably build the motor again than to take this damn manifold off. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap up this install. Let's tighten down all the C-clamps and then put on the new filter. Oh, I forgot, let's put in the MAF as well while we're at it. Okay, let's see if this fits. Oh, there we go. That slid on way too easily. Okay, so originally I was gonna block this off so I can try to get some turbo flutter. After talking it through with my buddy and my tuner, they said don't do that because it can make the turbo go out real soon. We're just gonna go ahead and slap on this Tial blow-up valve. I wasn't even able to run this at first because the flange that this piping comes with is a Gretty flange versus this is a V-band, but then I found this adapter, so that's pretty cool. And now we can just plug and play like that. Everything is on now. Let's go ahead and install the last piece of the puzzle, the fuel pump. All we need to do is put on the new filter, hook up the new harness, and then just slap this thing back in the car, and I think we should be able to start the car. I'm crossing my fingers right now, nothing goes wrong. I'm pretty sure I bolted up everything. I'll go ahead and double check. I'll double check before we start the car. Fuck, my hands are dirty. Should I reach for that? Fuck it.
Feel?
That burns. All the cuts on my hand. Oh, fuck, that shit burns. Dumb ass mistake, Derek. There we go. What? Fuck wrong with this clip? Oh, we did it. That's the sound I like to hear. Okay, let's fill up the car with some oil and then we can give her a start.
Why is he assuming it's gender? Hey, hey.
Bro, I swear I cannot catch a break. All the oil legit just spilled out of the car because the oil return line was leaking. And you can see some of it on the headers. And it just dripped everywhere. Look, 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 this is the oil return line. The AN fitting completely just fell off. And so now we have to repair that line. So I might as well just take out the turbo and make a new line since this was so close to hitting all the pulleys and stuff. So let's just redo it and do it proper. Luckily a few days ago I met this dude on a Facebook group that's super chill. I bought this front bumper off of him. And by the way, this video is probably gonna come out after we finish this build because I don't want the FRS in here while I'm spraying primer on that. But yeah, that's a little sneak peek of what we're doing here soon. But I met up with this dude and he's super chill. He owns a shop about 30 minutes away and he has brand new oil lines and fittings for me. So we're gonna drive over to his shop and he's gonna teach me how to make an AN line with AN fittings. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with me to see if y'all can learn some stuff too. Damn! This thing sounds fucking sick. Oh my god.
Anything
He's with the shit.
Anything with the further.
Oh my god, he is with the shit. It's a peeler. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 90 degree and put it right here since this part was hitting the pulley. And then we're just gonna attach that to this hose that we got lined up. Sweet. Yeah, that should be perfect. Because before it was hitting like around here. And then show them how to hook up the AN line real quick.
Alright, so what you want to do is take off this little fucking cap. And then what you want to do is you want to slide the hose over. And then you got to get that hose on the inside down to the threaded piece.
So bottom it out all the way.
Yep. This is going to be a bitch to do, but
there we go.
You can see it's almost all the way in there. But then once you do that, go ahead and shove this guy in there. Get it threaded and started. Make sure you don't cross thread this shit. But then all you have to do is hold pressure on this guy inwards while you tighten these two together.
Okay.
And that's it.
Let's do that right now.
Sweet.
All right, boys, just like that, we got our new oil return line. Shout out to Ruben here at Elevated Motorsports. Hey, check them out. Look at what they did today. They got minty fitment on this car. Dude, I'm still amazed that you guys actually went through and used the peeler.
Made it work.
It wouldn't work, but they got that shit done. Hit them up if you guys have any needs for your car. On everything, bolted everything back up, and check out the new line. The new line clears way better. Look at that. That has way more clearance than before. I went ahead and filled this thing up with oil, and there's no leaks at all around all the fittings, the oil pan. So I think we should be good to start this thing up. We went with Moto 5W40. This is what I ran on all my Subis before I sold them, and this is what Ruben also recommends because he said OW20 will be too thin for how hot this motor will be running. It's time, guys. Let's start this thing up. Guys, I'm literally shaking right now. I'm not ready for this. Crossing my fingers, all my hard work is about to pay off. Oh, she started up. Oh my God, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. It runs like shit though, I'll tell you that. It's trying so hard to stay alive right now. Let's check for any leaks. Oh, it's leaking so bad. Oh my God, look at this. This is why it was leaking. Look at how loose that was. Let's tighten this thing all the way up. There we go. Okay, put back everything. Let's start it up again. This is so exciting, knowing that this car actually starts. Okay, hopefully we fix all the oil leaks. Oh, it sounds way better the second time. It still sounds like ass though. Oh, hell yeah. Any leaks? Not that I can see. No more leaking. We're good to go. Guys, we fucking did it. We finished the turbo install. Now we have to wait until my tuner sends me the base map, and then we could load this thing in and actually let it idle, rev it a few times, and maybe take it out for a drive. But for now, I think there's nothing left for me to do. Oh my God, guys. I actually have a fucking turbo in this thing. This is so insane. This whole week has just been me trying to put this thing in. Nothing has been working now. I had to buy a whole bunch of parts, get it overnighted, hit up a whole bunch of different people to ask questions because this turbo kit did not fit my car at all, but we made it fit. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to this build series. This has been such a great learning experience for me. I've never done anything this mechanical before, and I'm glad to say I'm hooked now. This was so fun, and it's so satisfying to start this thing up and actually hear it run. We literally did every bolt-on part we could think of, like the fuel pump, manifold, blow-off valve, intake, everything from A to Z, as long as it doesn't include tearing apart this motor. Let me know what I should do next. Should I teach myself how to powder coat and redo all of the piping so it looks really good? I'm thinking about doing red to match the manifold, or something that pops like gold. I don't know yet. Y'all let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions. Look, this is the aftermath of this entire process. It was messier. Keep in mind, we cleaned up like halfway through, and it's still this messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog right here. Kirby, what you think? What you think of the new turbo build, huh? You like it? You like it, man? I think she likes it. I think she's gonna love to be the co-pilot in it. Thank you for watching, as always, guys. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me, and in return, I'm gonna give you guys a little spoiler alert right now. We are dropping merch. Let's fucking go. We're dropping merch, hopefully in a week or two. I'm gonna go ahead and announce it once it's all done and ready to go. But yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys that. We're coming at 2023 real hard. We're gonna do big things this year. I'm just saying. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't yet. All right, y'all, until next time, peace out. Love y'all.